Good afternoon to Steve.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to everybody else. Good evening. Welcome to VP4TV. I've got another little query with you, Steve. In fact, I'll just do it right now that I remember it. I'm going to go to the stats page, go to the champions list, and then the game type. If I choose 9-ball, for example, to filter it to 9-ball and hit go, oh, I must have hit the wrong one earlier on. There was something I hit that 10-ball was showing on it for some reason. Right, now I don't know.
Well,
now I don't know what I've done.
I've been working on it this morning, so you might have got some intermediate kind of
Maybe it's fixed.
setup that had problems, because I've been upgrading it. I've upgraded it 2 or 3 times this morning.
That's probably what's happened. Anyway, strangely enough, we are almost at the top of the hour. This room's about to go up. No sign of Larry. At least I haven't seen him. Matt's in. He's getting some practice in. But unusual for Larry not to be here. But it should be a good match between the two of them if it does go ahead.
Yep, room's up.
Right, well, we'll wait here until we see Larry appearing. He knows he's got 10 minutes to get in now.
Yeah, now one thing I haven't done on that championship list is put the second place, which I'd like to do.
Yes, I would like to have my name on there, Steve.
It's just a little tricky to do it for the ones that are in the database. Information's there, it's just going and fetching it is a little trickier.
Now I'm going to tab out for a second. I'm going to go to Facebook, see if I can get a hold of Larry, if he's awake. Be back in a second. Let's have a look. Well, he's not on Facebook. I'm going to send him a message. Now, if he's got alerts on his phone or anything like that, then he should be getting that. So I'll get back out of Facebook, come back in to the game, and still no sign of him.
Yeah, it's unusual for Larry to miss a match. Hopefully he's okay, because he, you know, I guess he slept in a couple times.
Is Steve commenting from his bath? No, I think it's just the new audio setup I've got. He sounds fine to me.
You've hosed things up by changing. Who was the smart guy that said never change something that's working?
Well, I've never changed it. I haven't changed anything because I've just reinstalled everything, remember? So I've not touched Discord at all. I've been nowhere near it. Right, well, as I say, I've sent a message to Larry, so if he's got alerts, if he's got Facebook on his phone, then he would get an alert to let him know he's had a message, and he would check it. There he is. Speak of the devil, and he turns up. Right, let's get in.
Well, I got no idea how either one of these guys are going to play.
Well, I would say Larry's a favourite because he's used to the 9-ball table. That's the only sort of reason I can pick Larry.
I would have picked Larry just because I think he's probably tried to learn how to play banks. I don't know how successful he's been, but he usually tries to prepare.
Well, just a reminder, this is a round 2 match, race to 6. So Matt has won the lag, he's broke off.
Yeah, and he's got a ball he can shoot at and play shape, and I think he should, because I think he'll make that bank.
Well, he's got the 9-ball.
Yeah, that's not where I would have put the cue ball, but I mean, the long rail banks seem to go on this table pretty easy, and Well, maybe not that easy. Yeah.
I don't think he's left anything for Larry, has he? Unless he cuts back that 7 ball, but that doesn't. And the 4 ball block the pocket mostly.
That's too tight. You can bank the 1 ball in the side pocket. You can bank the 1 ball 2 rails.
And both of them are ambitious shots, I think.
Well, if you bank the 1 ball in the side pocket and try to bring the cue ball back to where you're at, you may get away with not leaving anything, because obviously where he's at is not that great.
Well, he's good for the
he's playing the 2 railer. Yeah, this is a little tricky from this angle, but I think he can do it. Well, he just overcut it. I think it was a good idea. That was probably easier than banking the 1 in the side pocket.
Well, the way this table is at the moment, it could take a little while to resolve itself. 9 ball over the pocket, that's dead. Couple of balls lined up on the spot.
Yeah, but these games are interesting, so this is an opportunity. So you can shoot this 5 ball and play safe.
They just come back in behind the 2 and 6.
Yeah, and really the mistake made there was not getting safer, although I don't think he left anything. So at this point, usually what you're going to see is guys stacking things up, like making a 9 ball. That was actually a pretty good attempt. And shooting kind of crazy shots like that when the balls are tied up is a good idea, because it's hard to leave a whole lot. So I like two railing the 2 ball
Top left
in this situation. Corner. Yeah, let the cue ball run forward. I don't think you'll give up a shot. 2 railer on the 2 ball is what I'd be shooting here.
Now he might be cutting this up to the corner pocket, I think.
Well, he could be playing a 1 railer here. I mean, he's got that too. Nope, he's playing the 2 railer.
2 railer, yeah.
Yeah, and this is pretty safe because the 6 ball isn't going to go because of the 9. So I like the shot because it's pretty safe.
Well, I'm stalled on the. Oh, there we go. Well, that's not got the legs, I don't think, has it? Well, it did have the legs, just didn't have the line.
He hits that just a touch harder, and that thing is in the pocket. The ball will curve slightly when it's rolling.
I don't know what he's looking at here, Larry.
He's looking at 2 railing this, but I think on this table, this is going to be tough. You got to hit this almost perfect. I think this is a difficult shot on this table. Will it go? I think it will, but it's very difficult.
Oh, that's a great shot. Beautifully. That's a great shot.
So obviously Larry is prepared because he knows he can make that ball. There's not a whole lot here. This is where you want to play safe. So you kind of got to decide, what you're going to do. You could just make that 2 ball and put the cue ball on the rail behind the 1. That's pretty safe.
The 9 and leave the cue ball where the 9 is. I don't think there's anything on either.
You can do that too. I mean, he's going to move the 1 ball, which was not a bad idea, except for the fact that he didn't get there. He may have had simpler stuff. Although this 1 ball is dangerous to shoot at. You shoot at this, you're going to open up the 3 and 4, and okay, he's not going to shoot at it. So it looks like Matt's going to, maybe he hasn't played a lot of banks, but he's going to play smart. Now this 1 ball can be made. You got to spare this thing. You got to hit it hard with bottom and right. And, you're going to be cutting it back a little bit to the left. But this ball does go. Yeah, see, he didn't put any inside English on it, and that's why he missed it. You got to put inside on that and hold it. Well, and I'm seeing people do that a lot in this game, is they're not using the English when they need it to help them to make the shot easier.
The crossover's tight into the side pocket, but I think it will go if it went into the right-hand side.
Yeah, if you're going to shoot that shot, you just got to get the cue ball going on the right line. And that's a typical kind of miss. You know, the cue ball's cutting across it and putting English and opening up the ball more.
Mm-hmm. Good evening to Bedhead. Welcome
well,
to
Bedhead, yeah, that's something that takes a lot of practice. It is difficult to play position from banks, and you know, that's where the problem with playing this game is that most people just sort of hit the ball and they don't try to get position, and because of that, they never get good at it. Because if you're not trying to do something with the cue ball, then you never get any reinforced feedback whether you did it right or not. That's a smart shot. One pocket's a great game to learn how to play position on bank, because you're going to shoot a lot of banks or you are going to play position. It's super critical to be able to control the cue ball. So I would say just keep playing one pocket. Look at this. Wow. That was kind of a wild and crazy. So Larry just gave up a way too easy bank, and if you do this right, you can play shape for the one ball, natural.
Just got the point.
Boy, and he did get on the one ball pretty good, but that's no good. Missing the 7. I mean, he didn't miss it by much, and I think that's the thing is, yeah, I'm a little surprised he missed it by that much. And again, that's induced English. You got to play for the induced English. I mean, that's a mistake I'm seeing players make the most in this tournament, is they're not playing for the induced English on the object ball. That's a beautiful shot there.
Just gonna hold it. No.
No, that was really well played though.
Well, this should be in. I would expect Larry to get this.
Yeah, now he's putting a little inside on it, which he needs to.
Nope.
And he didn't cut it enough. The inside's gonna hold it. That thing almost double kissed. He had a little induced English. He didn't have to put the inside on. I would have put a little on like he did, but I would have cut it more, because, you know, you don't want the double kiss. That must have been real close to double kissing. Matt looks like he's shooting a 3-railer. Is that what he's shooting? I love it. Matt looks like he's got an idea how to play this game. So everything we said at the beginning, you can throw out. I think Matt's certainly capable of winning this match. Now this 3-ball, again, it's going to want to induce some English, but this 3-ball banks. I would hit this with a little inside, so a little left English, and hit it hard. Yeah. And he just didn't put enough English on it, because you've got to hold that ball up. Actually, it's outside English, because it's outside the angle. I apologize. I tend to think backwards on banks. What would be considered inside and outside? That would have been considered outside left English. I'll try to use left and right, because I don't use the words right on those.
No, I don't know that there's enough room. Is there enough room for the line in that 3-ball?
7-ball. 7-ball is a very natural shot here. You know, you got to cut it a little more than you think, because the English is going to induce, but the 7-ball is really not that hard a shot. I wouldn't shoot at the 3-ball. It's just too tight.
Looks as if he's going to the 1.
Yeah, I mean,
out the way.
And he's passing up a shot on the 7 that's you know, a pretty good chance of making it for something that is really tough. And here we go again, 3-ball. Now you got to cut this more than you think, because the 3-ball is gonna get left English on it, because you're hitting across the 3-ball, so it's gonna get dragged and rotated. So you have to cut this a little bit thinner than you would think. And if you don't, you miss it long. And he hit it perfect. But yeah, I think this is going to be a very close match because Matt has obviously spent some time figuring out how to play this game.
Presume he's cutting it into this bottom corner pocket.
Yeah.
We look into the top-down view.
And I would draw this ball.
He's going out the other corner. He must have got 3 rails again.
No, he's well, he could be. I think he's shooting a 1-railer. I'd 1-rail this, and I would draw the cue ball and bring it up table.
No, he is cutting across it now. He's going for the first one.
Yeah.
Marked out,
This is actually a harder shot than the other way. But there's no kiss. You go straight up table with it, and yeah, he just he needed to get into it more. He may have played for too much for the induced English. The induced English is not going to be more than a quarter ball. And, you know, depending on the shot, the speed, the angle you're coming across it, you know, it's gonna vary some.
Well, that 5 ball will bank bottom right hand corner past the 8, 9, and 7.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Albie. You know that's the shot where you're hitting on the left side, so you're putting left English on it, and you just got to cut it more. I think if you look at banking with the beard, he's got a system which, you know, I don't believe in aiming like this, just as a prefix to what I'm going to say. But that said, this helped me a tremendous amount with my banking. That, you know, when you're cutting across one side of the ball like that, you aim a quarter ball thinner. Even though I don't aim that way, just that thought and looking at it and seeing, okay, where am I, and trying to visually add a quarter ball really helped me with banks.
Well, that scratch took Larry back to 0.
I'd be shooting a 5 ball here all day. Right hand English and bank it back up the table.
That was a nice little shot.
Mm-hmm. And I'd be shooting a 5 ball here. This is hit it straight into the rail with right hand English. Go forward with the cue ball. He's going to go backwards, which I don't like. I would have gone forward and let the cue ball go across, because trying to hold the cue ball is why he ended up missing the shot. He should have gone forward and across with it, because then he didn't have to worry about, you know, the cue ball getting in the way at all. Now this is a tough shot Larry's trying. If he's going to try to bank this 5, you almost have to put left English on it to bank that 5, because it's going to get a lot of induced throw.
Well, I think that's what he's going for into this side pocket nearest us. Well, that's well done. Well, unlucky with the cue ball though.
Well, that's not unlucky. That's, you know, this is what Bedhead was saying about difficult to control the cue ball, is that guys aren't used to playing position, and at a minimum, you've just got to make sure you keep it out of the pocket.
Well, that shot there, Steve, what should he have done in order to avoid the scratch?
Well, he had to put a lot of left English on it. So that was a given to make the ball. So at that point, you've got, you know, top and bottom, you know, vertical position of the Q-tip. His vertical position was fairly high. He needed to bring the tip down a little bit. Well, and it would have come off the one end rail and gone to the other.
I reckon this could be the longest rack of the tournament.
Well, I mean, these guys are playing smart, which is good. So Bedhead says when he tries to control the cue ball, Max screw them. Well, I'll tell you why that is, Bedhead, because this is sort of the tricky part, is that when you only consider making a ball and you add up, this is how hard I'm hitting it, you know, this is the induced throw, this is the English I'm putting on it, and, you know, you kind of figure out how to hit it. And then you say, well, okay, I want to put the cue ball over here. Well, you just screwed up your whole aiming process, because now you're thinking, I got to change something, and especially speed is a killer to change. So you've got to decide the whole deal before you do anything. You got to decide where you want to move the cue ball. That's the first thing you ought to decide. Is once you know the ball you want to shoot, where do I want to put the cue ball? And can I shoot the shot like this? Is it going to work? Do I need to do something different? Because just like in direct shots, what you do with the cue ball can make the shot harder. In banks, that's amplified. What you do with the cue ball can make the shot a lot harder. So it's learning to consider everything when you shoot it. But once you sort of decide on the shot, that part of that really needs to be, this is what I'm doing with the cue ball, and go from there so that you know what you want to do with the cue ball up front.
Well, Larry's opened up the game with
Yeah,
that
and
last attempt.
this could go pretty quick here. Now this is a tricky position here because it's hard not to give something up. Of course, if you're making balls, you're never giving anything up.
Now, does he go for the 4 ball, Steve? Cut it up and down into the bottom left here.
I think almost no matter what he goes for, he's going to give up some sort of shot. So the question is, what am I going to give up?
Well, he's went for the 7. The same idea though.
Yeah, and that was a really good shot because you see where he put the cue ball? He didn't give up anything easy. I mean, he would have had the same shot on the 4 ball, but that's not an easy shot. I mean, you're going to give up shots in this game. It's not like you can put the cue ball in a place where nobody has anything when the table's like this. Your goal is to put the ball in a place where it's not going to be like automatic bank where the guy can play shape and run 3 or 4 balls. And this is not an automatic shot.
Well, that's a well played shot as well. Unlucky. Oh, cue ball's almost gone. Well, that's
he lost the cue ball.
That's almost safe, is it
that
not?
was fortunate. He can shoot the 4 ball.
Yeah.
And he will. This is not any kind of gimme shot.
Well, he's cut across it way too soon there. On that
yeah, that wasn't an easy shot. So this 4 ball is a little bit tricky, but what I would do is just roll this. Because if you roll at pocket speed, you can't give up a bank on the 4. And if you miss it short, you can't give up a bank.
Yeah.
If you miss it long, then you can.
Well, there's two. The 9 ball looks the easiest bank to me compared to that 6, because you have to cut across the 6. That's nice line again.
Well, the hard thing about playing banks in VP is the long banks are pretty easy compared to real life. So it's a lot harder to play shots where you're not giving up a reasonable shot on this game because the long banks are easy. Boy, that wasn't hit well at all.
Well, 4 ball up and down. It's right on the middle diamond that you would expect.
4 ball or the 1 ball.
Yeah, Larry should get this.
Well, again, this is one that's going to have some induced English, and this is the kind of shot people are struggling with.
Nailed it.
And he got it in the hole.
So
he cut it enough to go in.
I'll give him the first rack.
Well, this is not a guarantee. This is a little tricky here.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, he hit it well.
Perfect.
Yep. Held it perfectly and
good finish.
So that was a pretty good game.
Yeah, that was 20 minutes worth of that game. So the break's dry. Cut back bank on the 6.
What you see between really good bank players is you see a lot of really fast games because they'll run out, they'll run 3, 4, 5 balls. And then you also see a lot of slow games where you get into strategy games. Mm-hmm. So we've seen the slow one. I don't know if any of these guys are going to break and run out. I wonder if anybody has done a break and run out in this tournament yet.
Certainly not anything I've streamed.
Or run 5 balls. I think the most I've seen so far is 3. Bedhead, have you run more than 3?
Does it tell you that in the stats, Steve, for the bank tournament?
Yeah, Bedhead had a 4. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think so. But I don't know. That was one of the things I needed to work on was the stats.
Oh, the bank pool stats just says the player's name. It doesn't have anything on it.
Well, I like the fact that Matt is looking at multi-rail banks, and that was a smart play. That was pretty safe, except he lost the cue ball a little and gave up a bank on the 5. But this is a bank people tend to bank short.
See,
Just like that.
The bank pool stats doesn't have anything at all. There's not a high run. But I would think if you were going to put in stats for a high run, I think you'd have to have a counter as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, if a player has ran 4 balls more than once, he's got like ×2 after it or something like that. Because then it would show who's the more consistent player.
Now that 5-ball Larry missed. Now, if he put a little top on it, if he would have drawn that, it would have gone in. So one thing that you guys may not know as far as transferring English from the cue ball to object ball is drawing the cue ball will open up the object ball because it puts top spin on the object ball, which opens it up. Putting follow on the cue ball will check the object ball more.
So opening it up means that you're making the bank by widening the angle that the ball comes off the rail.
You're making the angle longer. You're making it opens up more off the rail if you draw it.
Right. Oh, this is another one that might take a little while to resolve.
That was something that I didn't really realize until I read Beard's book and started messing with it. And that helped me a lot too.
Good evening to Cobra. Coldest Pillow, sorry. I saw CEO and I thought it was Cobra. Well, we're into the little strategy bit again. Oh, he's went for the cross and he scratched. Well, here's a free gift.
Well, you got to know where the cue ball's going. So he could bank the 4. I think he can bank the 5. I don't see anything else worth banking. The question is where are you going to put the cue ball?
Straight up and down in the 5.
Yeah. Well, the question here is are you going to play shape? See, he could have hit a stop shot there and just stopped it for the banking the 1 on the side.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that he protected the cue ball. I mean, maybe he wasn't comfortable stunning it because that is going to change the shot. And this is the thing Bedhead was talking about before. As I try to play shape, I have more trouble. You have to, you know, like if you're going to shoot that 5 ball and stun it, you have to understand how the ball is going to come off the rail when you stun it versus rolling it.
That's nice.
Beautiful shot. I will say this is that guys that play banks are very good at hitting stun shots and hitting the banks hard. And you noticed here the other day how hard Bankster was hitting the banks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's how guys in real life that play banks hit a lot of shots.
Yes, you know, Acero was doing that quite a bit as well in that match he had with Bedhead.
And he may have played banks in real life too. Guys that haven't played tons of banks but played a lot of one pocket and stuff, you'll see them roll balls more. They're more comfortable doing it. Really good bank players can do both. They can hit them hard, they can roll them kind of what the situation demands.
Now this is one of these ones where he's really on top of the 1.
Yeah, and that was, you know, not even close.
He needed to cut across that, didn't he?
Yeah.
A lot more.
Well, you could have thrown that with English. You'd be surprised how far you can throw the ball with English. He could have hit it the same exact line just with English, and it would have opened up.
So when he was as close to that one and he was aiming for it in this bottom right hand corner pocket, left English would have done the trick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that puts right English on the object ball. Yeah, he looks like he's playing a two-railer here. This is a tough shot.
I don't think, was that the cue ball that caught the 9 or was it the 7? Well, that's safe.
That's cue ball, I think. Yeah, they're not a little. He can bank the 2 ball if he wants to shoot at it. I mean, the problem with he can bank the 4 ball too. I'd probably bank the 4 ball. I think that's a safer shot, banking the 4.
Well, that's nice.
Well, did he get position? No.
Can you not go up and down with the 4?
He can. It's going to take a little English maybe though. Little left English make this shot a lot easier because you don't have to come so close to the 3. Because you're cutting across to the left a little, which is going to put left English on the ball and hold it. So normally you have to, and that gets it close to the 3. I would hit this with left English, so you don't have to be close to the 3. And this either see the way he's hitting this isn't the best way to hit it.
Yeah, he's jacking
see
up.
Well, if he wanted to jack up to do something with the cue ball, that's fine, but he didn't put English on it. So that, then you end up close to the 3 and you hit it.
Up and down for the 4 into the corner. Got to get the cue ball out of the way though, hasn't he?
This is just a touch inside and rip it. This just hit it firm. You don't even have to hit this with inside, but I like the inside just because the tendency is to have it do that. Just a half a tip of right English on that, and it's in the hole at that speed.
Good evening to ambient, whatever it is, town browser.
And in case you're wondering about, putting English on the cue ball and I asked this question, okay? I asked this question to Nick Varner. So I'm talking to Nick Varner, who's in the Hall of Fame. He's from Kentucky, great bank pull player. And I asked him, hey, on this shot over here, if you have this shot, are you going to use a little English or not? And the answer was interesting because it kind of depended on the shot. He didn't use helping English as much as some people, but he's also hitting them like a bank player real hard, and he likes that line. But he certainly did use helping English on a lot of shots, depending on what they are. And I'm asking it because I'm thinking, well, this makes the shot more complicated. Because now, besides induced English, you got the English you put on the cue ball, and it's like it may be helping, it may be counteracting. So, is it worth the added complexity? And it is for certain shots. Now, another experience I had, Mike DeLauder, who played in the Invitational Banks game at Derby, one of the best multi-rail bank players I've seen. He was showing me stuff, and he was showing me how he hits 4-rail banks, and he uses English all the time. Unless it's sitting perfect, he's using English to help the shot. So if you were wondering about that, should I do this? It's making it too complicated. I will tell you, the guys that play banks well, they put English on the cue ball a fair amount of the time. Now, see, he's putting a little right English on this, and this is to check this up.
Yeah,
and he hit it beautifully. See the cue ball spinning? It had right English. And if he didn't put right English on that, it probably double kisses. You probably couldn't beat the kiss. So it's real important to start paying attention to that kind of stuff because that's what's going to win you this tournament if you can learn that stuff.
Oh, that's another nice one.
Yeah. Well, Larry's interesting because Larry is hitting some beautiful shots, and then he's struggling on some of the easier ones. I mean, he's playing some of these tougher banks and hitting them beautifully. I'm not sure what he's doing here. That 7 ball is not sitting in a good spot. The shot here is a 4-railer on the 7. See the pocket by the 7? You hit that 4 rails into that pocket. That's the shot.
Yeah, around the back of the 9 and back in at the bottom right.
Yep. And a 4-railer is not as hard as you would think. It's not a gimme, but it's not as hard as you would think if you practice it. It comes up on one pocket all the time.
Now, is that not a diamond system shot? I mean, the guys that use the diamonds, I mean, they'll have a fair idea where to spot that 7 ball straight away.
Not really. I mean, bank pool players don't usually use diamond systems. For that matter, billiard players don't usually either. I'm talking about the great ones, the pros. They don't use diamond systems. I mean, they might once in a while if they're really baffled, but that's not how the great players play. I will say the diamond system can really help you get some sort of bearing on things, but I've never heard anybody using it playing banks.
Now, see, this is another tight one. This looks tight to me.
Well, this is very tight. And again, this is left English. And I think you need a fair amount of it. He's not putting that much on. I put a little more on. He's only got a little bit.
Yeah.
See, I think Larry's strategy with English is not to get excessive. And I can understand that. But like on that shot, I think he needed to be excessive. He needed to be way out on the cue ball. And it's tricky because it changes everything. Because first off, you got the deflection that changes your aim. But the other thing that happens, like you put left English on that, it throws the line of the object ball to the right. So, you have to aim. The aim completely changes between the deflection and the fact that the line of the object ball throws. So learning to put like a tip of English on the cue ball and shoot banks is something that takes a lot of practice.
Well, we've got 3 dead balls. And now 4.
And this is where you roll in on the 4 ball. You could even try to corner hook them, although from that distance it's probably too dangerous. I just roll the 4 ball in. He's looking at the 9 ball.
I think he's just going to tuck in the corner with the 7. No, he's potted a 3. But that's.
I think he was trying to make 2, but that wouldn't have mattered. So that's just you can't give up this bank. That's why the 4 ball is a shot. And he got lucky there. So I like 7 ball 2 rails here. He's going to play the 3 ball 2 rails. And this is fine too. I like the way the 7 was sitting a little better, but the 3's fine. I mean, it's probably safer to get the 3 ball out of there. And he's hit it beautifully.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Now, see, it looked like he might have used a little right English to help it, which I would have there.
Same again then. Same again in the 7.
Yeah. This shot's a little tricky. You have to cut this real close, but yeah, 7 ball 2 rails. He may not think this goes, but it will. You've got to cut it real close to the corner pocket, and he is going to play it. Yep. So this, again, you want to use some right English, and he is. And this shot, the tendency is to miss it into the end rail. Oh, he got the titty.
Yeah.
Well, he understood he needed to crank that thing real tight. You had to be very tight in that corner to make that ball. But, this is not, this kind of bank is not an easy bank. I mean, can it be made? Yeah, but this is no gimme.
Well, 3 apiece, so.
Yeah. And Larry didn't get that in, but he didn't give up. Now, this shot for sure I would hit with left English because when you're coming at this angle, now there's one pocket shot you shoot to bring the ball around the table where you hit this with right English and go 3 rails around the corner so the 4 goes down to the cue ball comes down to the 4 ball. And that's a very difficult shot because not only do you have the throw from the ball coming across the object, the cue ball across the object, closing it down, but then the inside English closes it down, so you got to way overcut it.
Yeah, it's the same thing in Apnica. It's the same thing. Yeah, transferring it, you mean? Transfer,
Yeah.
or something like
Well,
that. Yeah.
it's being transferred from two things. One, from the angle of the shot, the cue ball hitting the object ball angle, but you also can transfer it from English on the cue ball. So,
Where's he going?
both of those have an
all around the
effect.
table. Is he going all around the table for this 7-ball? Yeah, he is. It's not going to
He was playing the two railer, but that's one of the things that makes banks so interesting is that all these different factors affect how the bank comes off the rail. So bank shots are way more difficult than straight-in shots. I mean, you've got to. It's difficult to master.
Well, Matt's one away.
So I would be rolling up on this 4-ball and trying to corner hook him right on the side of the. I just hit this 4-ball, let the cue ball roll right up there and sit right on the angle and right on that corner. Now, if you're thinking, boy, I don't want to do that because I don't want to scratch, what I recommend you do is go practice the shot because this comes up all the time in bank bull. If you want to chicken out, you can just leave it like he's leaving it. So you're giving up a shot, but this is not a guaranteed shot. Because the angle of this, the cue ball, you got to get the cue ball out of the way, and he's up against the rail, and so this is not an easy bank. So if you're not going to angle him on the pocket, this is probably the next best thing, and he's not going to even mess with it. But that's a terrible shot, and that's
left to 9.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that's not where he wanted the cue ball.
Well, this for the rack. Matt's got to get this in. I mean, this is not that difficult even for me.
Yeah, and you don't want to hit this too hard because you want to leave the cue ball over there. Yeah, he's okay. You don't want to leave like the cue ball comes out of the pocket. You could leave a 2-3 rail bank. He got a little.
See if he'd hit that firmer, Steve, though, would that not have been the slightly better shot to hit it firmer?
Well, as far as making it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I would hit that at pocket speed because I don't want to give up a bank.
Well,
and you have to adjust the line you're hitting. You have to adjust the line you're hitting it for that.
Well, Matt's
got it anyways.
Got the game ball, one apiece. So that's 20 minutes for both of those racks. 20 minutes each, 40 minutes so far.
But this has been one of the better played matches as far as strategy. These guys are trying not to give up shots, and this is the way you want to play. Now, there may have been some guys that have banked balls as far as making the ball better, but I don't think we've seen a match where we've seen better strategy than this one. And that's a bad miss there. And again, that's the induced English. He's cutting to the right side of it, and it just holds the object ball. Mm-hmm. On that shot, if you're playing banks, if you're going to miss that ball, you should be missing it long on the long tip. You never want to see it do that because that's the bad miss.
It might be good for these two guys to watch this match at the end of it. Obviously, one of them might not want to watch it, whoever loses, but... Well,
I mean, both these guys have obviously put some time into learning how to play banks because, they're both playing good strategies. They're both making difficult shots. So I think they have studied the game. Now, this 7-ball banks, you may not think it does, but this 7-ball banks. Probably not as easy a shot as a 3-ball, what he's shooting, though. That's like a gimme on VP4.
One ball in each side.
This one, if you roll it, it's a little easier because it lengthens, and he just got it too much. See, when the ball's sitting out in the middle of the table like that, where it's 1.5 feet, 2 feet from the rail, if you don't hit it hard, it gives the ball a chance to turn over and start rolling. And when the ball is rolling, it hits the rail, it opens up and goes longer. So
Right.
if you want to get the ball to open up, you want to let it roll. Now, if you hit that hard and you get the object ball sliding in the rail, it won't open up and it's going to bank a lot shorter. So the distance the object ball is from the rail has a huge effect. So if the object ball is right up against the rail, even if you hit it easy, it's going to shorten up a lot.
Well, there we've gone from 2 racks at 20 minutes apiece to 1 rack of like 3 minutes at the most.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's typical of banks when you start seeing better players play. I mean, yeah, he's running balls.
And this table's sitting pretty good as well, apart from the 6 ball.
Well, that is true. The balls tend to be dirtier, and they do tend to throw more. And by the way, these balls aren't particularly dirty in this room. If you go play this on in hog pen where the balls are really dirty, you're going to find out they throw a lot more. That was well done.
Yep,
yeah,
nice.
Matt. I don't know if Matt's been practicing this or what, but he's got a very good feel for. Now this will go. You got to hit it left English though. See, there's no way you're making that without hitting it with left English, because the place you have to hit it to get online, it was going to hit the 8 ball. Mm-hmm. You had to go straight down into the rail and then open it up off the rail. And sometimes I'm a little confused watching these guys, because they'll shoot a shot and that takes a lot of knowledge, and then there's a shot like that where it's obvious you got to put left English on it, and he doesn't do it. So that has me a little baffled. I think they're still kind of a bank game in progress for both these guys, where there's certain shots they're just not seeing the right way to hit them. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I would hold my hand up to that.
some shots have been tremendous. I mean, we've seen a bunch of shots where they had to use English to hold it or open up. We've seen some multi-rail shots, and that's a very nice shot. Yeah. And that ball opened way up from the induced English. That was not an easy shot. This 9 ball banks. Okay, and it's sitting perfect because you're cutting across it to the right. All you have to do is stun it and hit it firm, and that 9 ball's going in. He's not cutting it enough, though. You got to cut this more.
Oh, he's going the other way.
He didn't cut it enough.
I thought he was going to the corner.
No, I knew where he was going. I mean, now again, that shot, I could see what he just didn't have the feel for it, because I could see looking at it that he was going to come up short. He's going to shoot this 8 ball or this 4 ball. The 4 ball is a little tricky because it's hard to get the cue ball out of the way. It can be done. You'd have to go forward with left English to shoot the 4 ball, so you're cutting it less. The 8 ball also goes. I think I don't think he's going straight enough into the rail. Nope. So you got to go straighter into the rail then to get the cue ball by. You play one pocket, you'll learn a lot about double kisses.
Oh.
Yeah, it just needed more right English to hold that. Now this 8 ball, you can actually shoot this a couple ways. I would go forward with left English if it was me. And he went forward with no English, but that's fine too. I mean, that's really not a difficult shot.
See, the last 2 shots have been played, Steve. See, since my PC had Windows reinstalled, I'm hearing 2 hits of I'm hearing when players play the ball firm like that. Those last 2 shots, I can hear 2 hits. I can hear the hit on the object ball with the cue ball, and I can hear the cue ball bouncing on the bed of the table.
Yeah, the cue ball will bounce.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I never noticed that before, but now I can. I've never ever noticed it. So,
Man, I like
whatever,
that play.
whatever's happened to
That's
my
a
audio, I'm hearing sounds I never heard before.
That was a smart play. Well, I'll tell you what, Matt has really impressed me. You know, I expected Larry to have a pretty good idea how to play this because Larry's that kind of person, and you know he's been around pool a lot. I didn't expect Matt to have this kind of game.
Yeah, well, he's certainly done okay so far. A lot better
Uh,
than I thought he
he's,
would.
yeah, he obviously has a pretty good feel. I think he'll bank this 9, and this is one of those shots that if you understand how to hit it, it's easy.
Oh, perfect.
And obviously, he had a pretty good idea how to hit it.
Clean as a whistle. Cross bank for the 7, is it?
Boy, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I like playing safe, to be honest with you. You could bank the one ball.
You're running into everything here, you know, if you
The
play
one
that.
ball's the best shot to play if you're going to shoot at a ball. Well, that's no good. He just gave up the 5.
Left the 5.
That's terrible. I'm not sure what he's thinking. He could have banked the 1 and sort of tucked the cue ball. That was one of those that you could really throw a lot with English.
Larry's got loads of right on it this time, and he's got the double kiss.
You gotta, you know, that shot was pretty tight. I mean, the ball comes off the rail pretty fast in VP4. Yeah, and that was hit pretty good, just not good enough. So see this one ball straight back. This is what a bank player says. This is bank lingo. A bank player say straight back. You know, he say one ball straight back. That means he's going to go down to the end rail and bring it right back in this corner where the 3 and 4 is. A bank pool player is going to make this ball 95% of the time.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. That
was perfect. 5 ball up and down. That's a bit tight.
Yeah, I wouldn't shoot at that. That's a sucker shot, really. I'm not saying you can't make it. This is a tough shot. He's going to shoot at it. It can be made, I think, but this is really tight.
That's well done. And he's
hit it beautifully. You can really hold the ball a lot in VP. You got to hit this with some left English if you're going to play the 3 ball and a little draw and get the cue ball out of the way. He's going to play the 7, and he'll probably play shape for the 3. That's what I would do here if I'm playing the 7, is I'm playing shape for the 3. Well, he didn't get that good a shape on the 3, and he missed the 7. So the only way to make this 3 ball and miss the kiss is top and right English. You've got to get the cue ball to go behind it, and this is tough the way it's sitting. It's very close to the kiss even doing that. I don't think he put enough English on it. Oh, he did. He got by it. Yep, good shot. So if you play one pocket, that kind of shot comes up all the time. You'll see that shot.
Right.
You'll see that shot all the time.
The 3-1 lead. Oh, this is.
Clark
I'm fairly impressed, Steve. I'm fairly impressed here.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what I was hoping was going to happen as we start seeing some people, you know, playing banks the right way, and it's I'm actually a little surprised it's Matt. I don't know where Matt figured out how to play banks, but I'm impressed.
Another good one. Oh
boy, that was a little fortunate. He'll shoot the 5 here. Maybe he'll shoot the 8. I would shoot the 5, but he might shoot the 8.
Well, if I was Larry, I'd be worried that Matt's warming up here. I mean, he's off and running again.
Yeah.
And he's up and down for the 3 if he wants it.
And I think he will shoot the 3.
Yeah.
The question is he going to back it up a little for the 5? Because if he wants the 5, it's a lot easier if he backs it up. Well, he's going to go forward and come back for it. He rolled too far. See, no, he's still okay. You can still shoot this 5, and Larry's going to make this. From what I've seen of Larry, he's pretty comfortable with his shot. It's close. He's going to shoot at the 4, maybe. The 4 or the 5, either one. The 5 is tight. You got to hold it.
going to be
I'd
3
probably
up
shoot
there.
at the 4. Yeah, the 3's a good shot too.
That'll do. Lovely.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that's a lot better position to shoot the 5 than where he was. This is actually pretty easy now on the 5 ball. You don't even have to put inside on this. He's actually put a little outside on it. He's trying to move the cue ball around.
That's not too bad in the 4.
Yeah, the problem with shooting a 4 is you're going to give up a bank on the 6 or the 9 if you shoot at this 4. So if you hit it real easy, pocket speed, you might not. If you hit this easy, you keep the cue ball like right in the middle of the table. If you hit this with any speed, well, if you put it down on the other end rail, that would probably be okay too, because that 1 and 2 are kind of blocking each other.
And it goes again.
Yeah. Now, see, this is what I was talking about giving up a bank, but he may have been playing shape if you're confident. I mean, that 4 ball wasn't that easy a bank. I mean, that was a nice shot. So this is pretty straightforward, this 9 ball. See how he plays this. You know, and if that bothers you, yeah, he needed to hold that ball a little. If that kind of shot bothers you, you should practice it because it comes up in bank pool all the time.
So Larry's got a slender lead at the moment, although he's trailing
Yeah,
3 racks to 1.
I don't know what he's doing. The 6 ball's a shot here. I mean, the 6 ball's just a duck. He's not going to miss this.
Oh, it's not going to get there, is it? Nope.
Oh, well, you know, he's trying to play.
It did everything but go in, so it did.
He was trying to play shape on the 9 ball. So this is where you kind of got to decide, you know. I would play the 2 railer on the 9. So the 9 in the corner pocket, 2 rails, that's what I would play here. Because it's sitting really good for it.
I think that's what he's doing. Yeah.
I'm not sure what he was doing, but if you take that same shot, hit it with speed, you got a pretty good chance of making it in the corner pocket. And again, that's a shot that comes up a lot in 1 pocket, that kind of 2 rail shot, side to side rails.
That looks perfect.
You know, the way he shot it, he just gave up, you know, that's too easy a shot on VP. And I think he can hold this 1 ball, so we'll see what he does. It's tight, but I think it's going to take a shitload of left English if he wants to shoot this 1. But I think you can make this draw on left English and power it. He's looking like he doesn't want to shoot it, but it does go. Yeah, see, he didn't put enough left English on it. You need to put a lot of left English on that shot to get it to hold.
Plenty of draw, but not enough of the side spin.
Yeah, that wasn't an easy shot. Well, he almost got lucky, but I think he left this 1 ball at table.
Larry going up this way, or is he coming back? He's coming up this way, I think.
And again, I would try to hit this pocket speed because you don't give up a shot. And here, the problem with hitting at that speed and missing it is you got to get lucky. And he did get lucky. I mean, he got lucky. He didn't give up anything. Matt's going to play the 2 railer, I think. Yep. So this is not a guarantee. This is a little tricky, this shot. Yeah. I think he needed to hit that. If he would have hit that with a little left English and tried to hold it off the first rail. It's interesting, when you get into those 2 railers, deciding which English to put on the cue ball, it matters a lot the angle that you're going into the first rail.
Uh-oh. Well,
ouch.
I don't think he's left much, but I mean, is there a crossover in that 3 ball at the back? Is that the 3 ball?
Yeah. he's just going to stack them up. But you don't want to leave the cue ball down here. See, you want to take the cue ball up table. That's a huge mistake putting the cue ball there. That one ball is an easy bank, and it's not risky because you're not going to open it up. You don't want to shoot at the 6 ball. You want to shoot at the 1 ball. And the tendency is to miss this long, just like that, because of the induced throw.
Well, let's see what Matt does here. Obviously, he's playing the bank up and down. But
yeah, I would play shape. I would play shape here. No, you don't need to bump him. I'd just play shape on him.
Well, I think he tried to bump him, and fortunately,
yeah, for him, I wouldn't try to bump out. I would just pick off the end ones. And this is just straight and firm.
And it goes. Oh, he's dead straight though.
Yeah, well, this is where you just roll up on top of the 2 ball.
Yeah,
you just hit the 2 ball straight on. Just like that.
Well,
see, now this puts the guy in a bad spot because
he just went for the little double kiss or the
stall. Yeah, what he maybe should have done is put some English on it to kind of get the ball so they weren't quite so lined up. And he just gave up the 2 ball. Now again, this ball you got to hold, so you got to hit this with right English if you want to make this 2 ball. I'm not saying you can't make it without the right English. You could kind of cut it back and draw it a little, but it's way easier with right English. Yeah. See, that's the problem with not putting right English is you bring that kiss into play. If you put right English on that, you avoid that kind of kiss. Now I'm pretty sure Larry will bank this 3. This shot's actually not that hard to 3 ball. I think he's looking
around 2 rails.
Yeah, I think he's looking at trying to put this cue ball someplace that's safer.
Oh, this is lovely. If it holds a line, unlucky.
Well, that was a good shot. Larry was trying to, put the cue ball on the spot that. And this is not a gimme. The problem with this ball is you can play shape on the 2. It's kind of a risky play to you bank the 3 in the side and play shape for the 2 ball.
He's cutting back. Look at it. No, yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, that's a safer shot as far as not giving up something. Nope.
No. Again, that has to be a clean bank. It can't hit any other ball.
All right, so if it's me, I'm rolling the 6 ball and leaving the cue ball right in the pocket. And the reason why is that 6 ball is not an easy bank, and there's nothing with the 2 and 3.
Well,
I would definitely not be playing on. He may be shooting this 2 ball. This is a tricky shot. Yeah, this shot does go. You got to watch out for the scratch in the side and also the scratch in the corner. The 6 ball is preventing the scratch in the corner most likely. This shot is a 1 pocket shot. It's draw with a lot of left English, and you can hit more of the 2 ball than you think. Yeah, and that was just too hard to get it out of the way. And I think with the VP4 quick rail, that was just too tough.
Well, he wasn't planning on a 6 ball going in.
Yeah, this is, the mistake here is typically, yeah, he put some right English on it to open it up. I was going to say the mistake's typically short, and I think he knew that, and he just, maybe a little too much right English. That thing really opened up.
So I think Albinario was saying earlier that he's waiting on the winner of these 2.
Oh, really? Well, yeah. That sounds like it'll be a good match. Albin's not going to have any kind of cakewalk against these guys. And okay, so I would probably shoot the 2 railer on the 2 ball if this was me. And you want to hit this with inside and kind of a low stun because you got to hold this up. You hit this with right English. I don't. He may not know the shot if he doesn't play one pocket. Now, is it an easy shot? No, but you're going to put the cue ball in a place where it's going to be hard to make a bank. You know, you're straight in on that 6 ball into the corner pocket, and that's not really a great spot to be.
I think he's trying to play this into this corner. Yeah.
Yep.
That is excellent.
And really well played.
Well, he's one away.
Now he's got the 2-railer on the 2 ball. Same thing. Need to draw this because you got to cut it back. I would not hit this one with right English. He's playing across, which that was a tough shot at that angle. I think he should have played the 2-railer.
Well, Larry will cut across and go up and down, do you think?
Yeah, this is pretty standard. You're going to want to use a little left English to get the cue ball out of the way. You know, I mean, it's close to the kiss off of these rails. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's drawing this ball, which I don't get. You want to go forward with this.
Or is he cutting it across into the other corner pocket? I'm not sure what he's doing. Let's have a look at the line he's taking.
You want to go forward with this. He's drawing this, which you can't hit it this way. I don't like hitting it that way. Well, he avoided the kiss.
Well, he's giving up a ball for the rack. He's going to be 4-1 down here.
Yeah, and see, if you're Matt, this is a great position because Larry can't run out and win the game.
Yep.
Matt can win the game, but Larry can't without that 3 ball. Now, what you don't want to do is make the 3 ball.
Yep, he wants to keep that there the rest of the rack.
And for that matter, you don't want to give Larry a chance to make the 3 ball. Like right here, he could potentially hit this with right English so he can thin out on the 2, and he might be able to catch the 3 ball coming off the rail and win. I would be trying to make the 3 here too. It's very tough to hit it. You got to spin it over into it. See, the problem without making a 3 ball is now you're going to give Matt a shot at the win. And you know, this is a shot, if you play banks, you should practice a lot. This is basically a half ball hit, maybe a touch less with the induced throw.
Oh, and it goes.
There it is. Yeah. See, you don't want to give up that shot. I don't know that Larry could have made the 3, but if he was gonna, he's gonna have to juice up the cue ball a lot.
Well, this is not going the way I thought it would go. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, none of us knew that a guy from the UK would know how to play banks. I mean, Matt's really pretty good at this game.
I'm well impressed. 4 racks to 1 is the lead. First to 6, and Larry's got a mountain to climb.
Yeah, and there's tons of opportunity here. You kind of got to decide what you're going to go at here. The 3 ball's a reasonable shot. The 6 ball's a reasonable shot. The 5 ball's a reasonable shot. Those are the 3 balls you got to choose from. The 3, the 6, or the 5. So if you're going to shoot the 5 or the 6, you got to put English on it, outside English to help it. I'd probably shoot the 5 ball. I think that's the easiest one.
He's
not. Yeah, well, he didn't put outside on it, but he cut it enough. He actually cut it more than he needed to, and that's kind of a preference choice. I'm not saying he had to put it. It helps open it up, but you can cut it more, which is what he did. I mean, he hit it good. You're just gonna have to accept the fact that there's banks like that you're gonna hit good and they're not gonna go in the hole. It's just that way. It's not like games where you can just never miss. It's banks just isn't like that. Oh boy. Well, that's not bad with the cue ball, but you know, on VP4. Now again, I would hit this with right English to help it. You don't have to. You can just cut it more. A bank player would hit this hard and cut it more for most likely, or just use a teeny bit of English.
Is it going to hold? Nope.
Yep, I just need a little bit more speed on that or a little less cut. Well, this one ball's a gimme. And he can play shape on the 5. Now this is what you don't want to do, is give guys this kind of situation. He's going to make this 1, then he's going to make the 5, and oh, that was
Uh-oh.
Well, he shot that. You know, he tried to put English on it to hold it, and the cue ball curved. That's what happened there. It's a cue ball curved on him. You got to be careful about that when you put an English and the butt of the cues up. The cue ball curved, and that's what caused that double kiss. Mm-hmm. I thought he could have made that with just straight bottom and just slam it. Maybe a teeny bit of left English. That's just too much throw. Now, Matt's got a feel for that shot, but not the 100%er. That was a pretty easy bank. He just needed either more speed or a different cut angle.
5 or 9.
You know, that's the thing on these shots, is that every single one of these things, you know, the speed of the cut angle, the induced throw, the English and the cue ball, all those things are affecting the ball. So if you miss it, it's not just, well, he should have done this one thing. It could be a combination of things, or it could be one or the other, because many things are going to affect the shot.
He's going to be.
He can bank this 8, I think. He's going to have to spin it up. I would bank the 8 if I was going to shoot. I might not shoot here. He's gonna. He may roll this up on the. Oh, yeah, he's just rolling up. He's playing safe. That's a good shot. Now that's smart thinking there, because he's not leaving anything. So now if you're Matt, you're like, well, how can I get out of this without leaving anything? So one way would be probably to pot the 3 ball. He's playing the 3 railer and the 7, and I like this shot. You know, this is a reasonable shot to shoot at. It's pretty safe to shoot at it, and he needs to open this up some. I would definitely be using some right English on it. That's not going to open up. So one thing about opening up balls when you're trying to hit multi-rail shots is the angle into the first rail is critical. So if you have a steep angle into the first rail and a shallow one into the second one, the primary effect is going to be on the first rail. If you have a shallow angle into the first rail and a steep angle on the second rail, the primary effect is going to be on the second rail. So when you start thinking about English and you're putting, let's say you're putting left on the cue ball, so it's right on the object ball. So you got, you know, when you think about it, you got to think about where is this going to have effect. So it's going to have more effect on the steeper angle into the rail, whether it's the first or second one. So when you get these shots where you're going around the corner and you're trying to adjust the angle, you have to think about that as far as, is this going to help it open up or close it down? Because the angle makes a big difference. You didn't know Banks was this complicated, did you, Hugh?
No.
And this is why it's why it's such a great game. There's a lot of little subtle things about it. And I'm just talking about the execution of it, not the strategy. I mean, these guys actually have the strategy down pretty good. Most of the mistakes they're making are in execution.
Well, that's
that's a mistake.
9, is it not?
Yeah, that's a mistake, and that's not a hard shot. I wouldn't even be looking at this 8 ball. I'd be shooting this 9 ball every time. The problem with the 8 ball is that the 7 ball is in play. I just wouldn't shoot at it. Again, at that angle, there's a tremendous amount of induced throw, and he just, you know, you have to get a good feel for it, but how much throw you get is dependent on the angle. It's also dependent on the speed. So, more speed is going to be less throw. Although at that angle, speed probably wasn't going to do a ton of good. He just needed to cut that more.
Oh, that's almost a great shot. There wasn't much room there.
Yeah, let's see. He's going to give a shot up. Boy, I think he can play the 7-ball cross side. I don't know if he's gonna. The 1-ball will go too. The 1-ball goes in the corner. He can bank the 1-ball in the corner. Now this kind of 1-ball, you're gonna have to help it a little with a little bit of right English. But the English, when it's close like this and you're hitting this ball, there's going to be a lot of English effect. This ball will really open up. See how much it opened up?
Oh, yeah.
Because he thought he needed a ton of English to open it up, and he didn't, because I knew that thing was going to open up like crazy. And that's just, getting a feel for that. Those are the kind of shots you can go practice and get a feel for how much it's going to open up. But that opened up, a tremendous amount. And he gave Larry a duck. I mean, I'm expecting Larry to run multiple balls here.
He needs to.
Yeah, well, he didn't play shape on the ducks, but I'd probably shoot the 9-ball here. The 9-ball's pretty easy.
Oh, kiss again. Oh, now he's broke them up.
Now, if you play pool in real life on a real table, that 9-ball probably clears. It comes off the rail quicker in VP. He needed to put a little bit of right English on that to get the cue ball to turn behind it. Yeah, he's gonna shoot this on the side. And Matt's in that kind of, Matt's in that having one of those games where the ball just doesn't want to go in the hole, and that's the way banks are.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game can get you frustrated in a hurry because you can hit a lot of good banks that just don't go in the hole. But that's why I want to leave these kind of shots that looking at here. These are like kind of little funny off angle shots, and it's just hard to get the ball on line. I don't care how good you bank; those shots, you can miss. Yeah, and he's going to shoot the 6 in the same pocket, and I would hit this one hard myself because the way it's sitting. The way it's sitting, you want to shorten it up. The more you come across it, the more it's going to shorten. But to me, the easy way to shoot this is just aim a little to the right and blast it. Now, I don't know what he's doing. I'd be shooting a 6 every time.
Oh, he's going for the 9. Oh, I thought he was going for the 2.
Well, I would have shot the 6, but hey, it's in.
Reversing the 4 or 3-ball across 2. Does 2 go past the 3?
3-ball, you got to beat the kiss. But the 3-ball does go. No, the 2-ball isn't going to go past the 3. You got to beat the kiss here. It's going to have left English on it, and a lot of it. If you're going to shoot the 3-ball, you can beat that kiss, but he's not going to attempt it. He's had some bad kisses. He's just going to go for the one he knows isn't going to kiss.
That's for the rack. Oh, no.
Yeah. And that's kind of a common way to miss that bank. You know it's going to hold, so you cut it more and cut it too much. Well, Matt's going to probably have to play safe here. There's not a lot going on, but you can just thin like the 6-ball and bring the cue up table and not leave anything. Well, he left the 6-ball. And I think Larry will shoot the 6-ball.
Yeah.
Now, if I was shooting the 6-ball, I'm drawing the cue ball back up the table. Draw the cue ball past the side pocket because I don't want to leave it down there with all those balls that can be run very easily. He's not going to do that, and I think that's a mistake because this is how you lose a game. Now, it looks like he's going to actually end up getting lucky because he could have left a lot. The 2-ball does bank. Now, this is a shot where you're going to run the cue ball into the 3. I would cross it with left English and let the cue ball hit the 3. He may try to hold this. It's hard to hold this shot. I would definitely hit this with left English and kind of bump it over into the 3. Kind of stun it a little because you don't want to let it run off the 3 into the corner pocket. Yeah, see, he tried to hold it. That was really hard to do in that situation.
Well, Larry's got the 1 ball for the rack again.
Yeah, and it's no gimme. I mean, it's definitely makeable, but it's no gimme.
Now, is he cutting across it to go up and down?
I think he's trying to figure out where can I put this cue ball. He's going to let the cue ball go up table. And that's not a bad shot at all. I mean, you know, he's not leaving anything. So I would be banking this 2 up in the quarter by the cue ball. A lot of left English. I wouldn't be drawing it like that.
What Larry's needing is an easy one to get him over the line in this rack, and he's not getting it.
This 1 ball goes, but you got to hit it with top and right English. Don't hit it too hard.
He's drawn again.
And he's gonna try to draw it.
Oh dear! Everything but gone in.
Yeah, Matt's gonna play the 3 railer, and you guys watching, you know, pay attention to this because a lot of guys will be playing safe here. That this is basically a free shot. This is the right shot to shoot. And these shots you want to practice because they come up a lot.
It went way too narrow.
Yep. The 3 railers, that shot, you play that in 1 pocket all the time.
He's got to cut across this, is he not?
I think he's going to make this one. No, he can hold it. No, he didn't hold it enough.
Well, Matt's got a freebie here.
Yeah, the problem Matt has is that he needs all the balls and they're all sitting in the pockets.
Yeah, Larry's in a strong position at the moment.
Needs to get up. Well, that was convenient. So the 6 ball does bank. You can bank the 6 ball in the corner. I don't know if he's going to shoot it, but the 6 ball banks.
What, the right corner as we look?
Yeah, the corner down opposite the 1 ball.
Ah, right, this corner.
Yeah, you got to hit it with top and a ton of left English, and you can open that ball up, get the cue ball out of the way, and make that 6 ball. Well,
cross bank for the 2 at this time, Larry.
No, and there's no 2 railer either. Now there is a 4 railer here. Well, no, the 6 isn't away for that. There's no 5 railer. Well, yeah, there's not a whole lot here. He's going to have to play safe. And if you're Larry, you don't want to make one of these balls. You just want to bump it because you don't want to put more balls out on the table for Matt.
That's a shot.
Now he's probably going to move the 2 ball. What's he doing? He's going to try to back cut this. This is a hard shot. That shot's really hard. Oh, now if I'm Matt here, I'm looking at where can I go to make a ball? Oh, he almost made the 1. See. Matt's got to get balls on the table. If he gets a chance to pocket this 1 ball and put Larry on that side channel, that's what he wants to do because it gets a ball on the table, puts Larry in a spot where, you know, see, Larry's being smart here. He's not going to make balls for Matt.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't smart. He just fouled.
Oh,
And he gave him a shot. Yeah, he didn't get a ball to the rail. And this is pretty easy bank. Now, Matt's had a tendency to hit that shot long. You know, it just, the induced throw keeps getting him. He's shot that shot several times long this match.
Oh, good evening to Stub. Go and check the stats, Stub. You'll see your single world championship from like 14 years ago is now on the stats under the champions tab. So 2-railer into this bottom right hand corner.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty tight to shoot the 2-railer there and miss those balls. And that's what you didn't really want to do, although I think he got away with it. He left the 6th ball. He'll shoot the 6 there.
Remember, Larry lost that point there with the foul, so he's back to 3.
Yeah. But there's the balls on the table to win. He's looking at 2-railing the 5, but I think he ought to shoot the 6 myself. He's going to play the 2-rail on the 5, I think. Now, this is a shot that comes up a lot, and it's not an easy shot. You got to get a feel for how it opens up on the 2nd rail, because it'll open up a fair amount.
Yeah, try to keep it narrower.
I think if he would have hit that a little easier, he would have made it. It would have opened up a little more. So the good thing for Larry is he just got lucky. That came out.
Stubb never plays in Friday night.
I tell you what, that was a really smart shot trying to get both those balls out on the spot. So he ended up giving up a shot on the 6th ball. He was trying to make that 3 and the 1. This could be it right here. Oh, that was hit terrible.
I've already signed up for Friday night 9-ball to make sure I'm in.
Okay, if I'm Matt, I'm probably going to make this 1 ball. Because I don't think he's got a whole lot of good shots here. If he makes the 1 ball and scoots it down the end rail just a couple inches, he's just got to get to the point where he doesn't give up a bank on the 6 ball. Mm-hmm. I mean, those back cut banks like the 3 ball up in the corner, that's a hard shot. I mean, you can give up that shot. Let's see what he's doing here. Is he going to call a ball, or is he playing safe? Or I don't like the looks of this. Anytime you're doing something really complicated, you got to wonder whether you're doing the right thing. Okay, and that's a good play. He's got another ball on the spot. Did he give up a shot? No, he covered. Yep. Yeah. Very good shot. Yep. He's thinking that's a very good shot. So Larry's probably going to make the 1 ball at this point. You know,
well, he hasn't done what you said, Steve. He hasn't got the line behind the 5. He's left the bank.
This is a little tricky, though. He's got to hold this ball. I'm not sure he can shoot this. Yeah, he held it pretty good. Yeah. Oh, God. Good. He hit that with right English. See the cue ball spinning? He hit it beautifully. It just didn't go in the hole. So is Larry going to play shape here or just play for 1 ball?
Well, he's got to come back, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have to. If he's going to play shape, he's got to. So this is an aggressive play. He's playing for the win here. And I think being up 3-1 is probably a good idea. Especially since Matt hasn't been able to make this cut across the 3 yet. And I think he probably should shoot this because it's there. He's not going to be giving up the table. And, you know, he's long every single time on these titty. He's been close, but he's been consistently long on them. He's probably getting tired of being long.
But the one thing now is that there's only 1 ball that's out the game at the moment. He's got the balls in the line here.
Yeah, well, if you're Larry, you just don't want to give up a shot on this 1 ball. And I think he might have got away with that, but he gave up a shot on the 3. So Matt needs to shoot this 3 ball. You just got to decide where you're going with the cue ball. You don't want to run into these balls.
Not even with your 3-1 down.
No, it's just too risky. That shot was too hard. Now you play the 1 ball and you bring the cue ball up to the 5. You hit this with right English. You want to spin this ball
around the corner.
Yeah, and he's not doing it enough. See, that was the wrong way.
He checked it up.
He didn't put. If he put in the English, it wasn't enough. He's lucky he didn't scratch. That one was a lot of right English, like where you could whip it around the corner and roll it at the 5 ball.
Yeah, but he did opposite. He put left English to straighten the cue ball up.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's not going to make the ball at that angle. You need to be able to get to the ball thick enough to get some speed on it, and to do that, he needed the right.
Well, this is a 2-railer for the 1 ball into the corner where the cue ball is.
Yeah, and again, you know, he's probably, okay, this is the right thing to do. He's put left English on it to help it, and he hit it.
Uh-oh.
Now, a lot of that was the cue ball curving. You know, you got to be careful. You want to try to get that cue stick as level as you can on that shot, because the cue ball curved and he hit it thin. And well, the only problem with this shot is this is sort of an all or nothing shot here.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Because you're going to give up a lot if you don't make this.
Where's he going?
He's going to bank it in the corner.
And it goes.
And he's got it. Oh, but I don't think he got that good on anything. And he's kind of funny on the 6. Does it go? Yes. Is it a gimme? No.
This for the rack again.
Whenever you got this angle that's back a little, or you got to open a little, this is a little tricky. You're better off being on the angle the other way where you need to shorten it a little.
And did it go?
And he did it.
Larry's survived.
Larry's putting a fight up here. Yeah, if he got down 5-1, that would be trouble.
Yeah. So that's 90 minutes we've been playing.
Yeah, this is a great match. I mean, I'm really enjoying this match. This is fantastic.
Cue ball stays on the table just.
Well, let's see here. You could shoot the seven balls on. He could shoot the 1. I don't like that shot. I'd probably shoot at the 7 ball here.
Yeah, the ones that cut up and down the table, isn't it? Going to the corner.
And that was not very well played. But again, those kind of bank on the 7 ball, it's not that easy. It's visually difficult to get the line.
Larry's going for the same thing.
Yeah, and this shot's a little tricky. You got to open up a little. Last one of these he hit really well. So, you know, he may have the good line for these. No, not that one.
Not with a missed call. 7 into the side.
Yeah, this is a duck. See if you can get shape on something. The 2 ball's most likely. Yep. I was going to shoot the 2 ball, I think. You could shoot the 4 ball, but I like the 2 ball a lot better. I think the 2 ball's a lot easier shot. I'm not sure what he's looking at here, but the 2 ball is a shot. The 4 ball's sucker shot. No, he didn't hit it good. The good news is he didn't leave a lot. He can shoot the 1 ball, but if he misses it, that's trouble. This is kind of like one of these, I might lose the game shots if I miss it, because he's going to open up everything. The only thing he's got going for him is a 9 and 2 are kind of clogging up that corner.
I think this is a kamikaze shot. Matt's probably taking a bathroom break or going for a coffee. Well, that just kept a straight line.
Yeah, I didn't like that shot, but you know, the 1 corner's gone, so that helps. And he really didn't leave a whole lot here.
I don't see anything jumping out at me as a complete noob at Banks.
No, the 4 ball is the best shot, and it's not any kind of gimme. If if you wanted to, you could probably two-rail the 5 ball. Let's see, does it go past the 3? Yeah, you could two-rail the 5 ball and just leave the cue ball right there, and you've got cover.
Well, the good thing is we don't have a shot clock.
Yeah, so it's either the 5 ball, two-rail it and stop it behind the 8 ball, or shoot the 4 ball. I'd definitely be looking to not give something up on this, because neither one of the banks are easy. I'd probably shoot the 5 ball just because I think it's sitting pretty good. It's easy to get cover. It's easy to put the cue ball behind the 8 where you don't leave the 1. He's going to shoot at the 4. This is riskier.
Oh, it's caught the point again. I don't know how many he's had a go and caught the point.
Well, they're all long. I mean, it's the same thing, the induced throw. He's hitting every single one and not compensating enough for the throw. That's been like 6 in a row he's done.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to get the feel for that down, or he's got to know that, hey, this is what's happening.
Nice.
Yeah, this is why I didn't like shooting at the 4 ball, because you could give up a lot of balls. Larry didn't get very good on this. I mean, this is, he'll probably shoot at the 1. He might shoot at the 8.
Yeah, 8 in the side.
Yeah, I'd probably shoot at the 1 and take the cue ball at the table myself, try to protect. But, I mean, this is a reasonable bank. And again, it's the induced throw and long. And see, the problem with that is that, he got a little lucky there. You just don't know what you're going to give up when you shoot that ball, unless you're real good with the cue ball. I think he'll probably shoot the 1 ball. And that's a little bit of a risky shot because, that 8 and 4 and 3 are just begging to be banked. If you're gonna shoot the 1 ball, you best make it.
That looks nice. Oh, it's just held the line. Where's the cue ball?
Yeah, he didn't do a very good job with the cue ball. That thing stops a little shorter. He's got the 8. Now he's got not a whole lot. I don't think he can bank that 6 ball.
The 6 is well off.
Maybe it's close. I think he can bank it. It's close. I'm not sure what he's looking at here.
That's it.
He may be playing safe. He's playing a 3-railer. And this shot, you got to be careful with the cue ball here.
Well, it's never running.
And that's no good, because he gave up a pretty easy bank on the 8. Oh, he got cover. Well, the 3-ball banks, but that's tight. He actually got pretty lucky there. I think he can bank the 8 ball still, but that's a little tricky with where the 3 ball's sitting. So yeah, this is interesting.
It's really tight. I don't think that would ever go. No room.
Well, you'd have to hold it. You got to hold it. That's the thing. He's going to play it. He's going to play a 2-railer. Now this is interesting. This is hard to get to open up enough. See that?
No, it just squared off.
Yeah. You would have had to, that was very difficult to get that to open up at that angle. I didn't think it would go. Yeah, because it's going to bank a lot shorter off the 2nd rail. I'd actually bank this 8 ball in the side pocket if it was me. I'd hit this with a lot of right English to help it, and I wouldn't stun it, but that's the problem with stunning it, is the cue ball turns and you're digging down into it, and then you end up overcutting it. And he's left pretty much a duck here on this 4 ball. This may not look like a hard shot to you, easy shot to you guys, but this is a duck, this 4 ball. Oh man, he hit that terrible.
I didn't nowhere near it.
Well, you got to put English on that ball to help it. It's if you don't put English on it, it's hard to make that ball.
Now, in this case, it would have been left English as he was looking at it.
Yeah. And that was a pretty good attempt, but it didn't go in. This 4 ball goes. It's tight, but it does go.
How about the 3 ball, Steve, in the gap between the 6 and the 2? up and
No,
down.
that's a suicide shot. Oh, very
That
nice
was
shot
nice.
there. That was well played there. And he'll probably play the 4 ball here. It will go by. He's got, oh, I don't know, probably 3/4 of a pocket. Induced English is going to open us up and see too much. See how much that opened up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He had to cut that. He had to cut that pretty thin because he needed to be in the other side of the pocket. That wouldn't have gone if the 4 ball wasn't there.
Oh dear. Here's a freebie for Larry.
Well, Larry could get this game in control. See if he's going to play position. If he does, he should be playing position for probably the 3 ball on the side. Well, he actually split him up, which he didn't need to do. But he's on a 3 nice. This is one that I would typically roll. Especially when you're up against the rail. I don't like hitting him firm. He jacked up on it. To me, that shot's easier rolling.
Well, I don't think he's given anything easy. There's a cross. Can he get to the 3 in it behind that one? I don't know how tight he is.
Oh, that's a foul. That's a foul. That's a silly shot. He just fouled. Oh, boy. He's got to be kicking himself right now after that. And he left the bank on the 9, maybe. I think the 9 ball will go here.
What about the 7 straight up and down? That not easy?
Yeah, that'll go too. I don't know. I like the 9, but you know, again, it's how much banks do you play?
Well, we've only got 2 on YouTube. Probably not an awful lot more on Twitch, but that tells you that
we've got 5 on Twitch.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people want to watch and maybe listen and learn.
Well, I mean, Albin was here. I mean, Stubbs here. I mean, we got some guys. We got several guys that are capable of winning this tournament. You know, I mean, Bankster, he's capable of winning the tournament. His strategy's got to get a little stronger, but, you know, the way he banks. This is a good match to watch because these guys are doing a lot of good things.
Cross the 3.
Yeah, you've got to stun this. You got to get the cue ball out of the way.
Oh, wait a minute, what line's he taking on it? He's going up and down. That's beautiful. Uh-oh.
Except for that part.
Uh-oh.
That part hurt. Owie. And he's back to 0. Good shot. And he's going to bank the 4 ball.
No, that was Larry that fouled there, wasn't it? Because
that's it was
Matt,
Larry.
Yeah, that's Matt off the mark.
My bad. Yeah, and he's going to bank the 4 here. And it's the same thing. He shoots that shot and it's a little long every single time. When's he going to learn? It's been every single time. I mean, it's not just like way long or anything. It's just a teeny bit long.
There was that noise again. That's amazing how I've played VP4 for all these years and never ever noticed that sound, and now I can hear it as clear as day. Double kiss.
You get new speakers or something?
No, just when I reinstalled all the drivers and everything, and I'm hearing that bounce now, and I never heard it before. I mean, I think it's because I can hear the cushions louder, and I've got VP4 turned down to 0. That's lovely.
That was crazy. I would have never gone forward on that. But that was like, well, I was like, oh, he's going to scratch. Yeah, I'd never go forward on that shot.
That was a stub bank.
Yeah, he took a huge chance going forward there. I would have draw that ball every time. And,
Oh,
you
look
know,
at that one. That's nowhere near it again.
But again, when you're putting draw on that ball and you're coming across it, it's just going to dig and turn that. You've got to put some left English on that shot. Now, this shot, you roll it, you don't have to.
Uh-oh.
That other shot.
Oh, the cue ball's okay.
Is okay.
Well,
here we go again with another one of these long games that a lot of strategy. He's playing the two railer here, I take it. This is a tough two railer here.
Oh, this is
and he
excellent.
Hit it beautifully.
This is,
Look at
oh,
this.
cue ball out the way. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, Matt's obviously practiced that shot. That was a tough one. So this 9-ball does bank. He probably doesn't realize it, but this 9-ball banks. I would have shot the 9-ball.
Well, he's given the cross bank for Larry.
Yeah, because he had a shot that was a reasonable shot to shoot at, and he gave up this, which you don't want to give this up. I mean, Larry's probably making this.
Yeah.
That was not a good play. If you are going to try to play safe, get the cue ball up table. Don't give him that.
So you just roll in behind the 9 then this time?
Yeah, that's what I'd do. You could brush the 1 if you wanted to. Either way.
No.
He's going up table. He's going to leave a shot here.
Now,
he's definitely.
Okay, is there enough room to punch that 9-ball out behind the 1 and around the table to try and would it go 2 rails?
No, no, it won't go 2 rails. That would be long every time. Well, he left the 3 railer. I don't know that Larry's going to shoot at it. But
it's good to have an umpty in the commentary box that doesn't see any of these shots.
Yeah, if you're gonna shoot this 3 railer, you got to try to put a cue ball in the spot in a place where the 9-ball isn't an easy bank. If you can put the, yeah, he's gonna shoot the 3 railer. You need to put the cue ball up near the corner pocket up there on the right side.
Oh, look at how that 1-ball reacted when it hit the second rail.
Well, he didn't get the cue ball to go where he needed to. He didn't cut the 1-ball enough.
Well, Larry's
he could have got the cue ball up.
Oh, double kiss again.
Terrible shot.
And the 9's gone in.
Well, he just gave the game up, I think.
Well, Larry's on the brink here to get back to within 1, and I mean, I would expect him to get this.
He'll shoot the 1-ball. As soon as I say that, he shoots the other one. I'd shoot the 1-ball, but he's going to shoot the 9. It's not bad. This one, if you just hit it firm and straight, it'll go in.
Oh.
Boy, he tried to hold it a little too. He could
have just lost this rack here.
Yeah. He's got to shoot the 1.
Yeah, up and down, and then up and down with the 9. I mean,
the only problem is it's going to be hard to get a shot on the 9. Oh, he did get a shot on the 9. Okay, that was a great shot because he ran it up and down the table. That was the only way you're going to get a good shot on the 9. Wow. So you could go either way with this one. Either corner pocket, just depending on what you're comfortable with.
2-rack swing here.
The tendency is to bank this short, and he banked it long.
It's going to the rail too soon.
Well, the speed wasn't quite good. Larry's probably making this. This is a pretty easy shot.
Now he hits this fairly firm, does he?
Yeah, you're going to hit this firm. Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty easy shot.
Yeah. So Larry from 4-1 down, back to 4-3. We've got a game on here.
Yeah, this is this might be destined to go the whole way here. Well, 4-ball's an easy bank. 4-ball's a shot. I don't know that he'll shoot that, but I think the 4-ball's an easy shot. Hit it with left English and stun it, and it's going to open up. You know, he didn't put enough left English on it, but it went in.
Just in off the knuckle there.
Yeah, 3-ball banks. I like the 3-ball. And this again is a stun. Yeah, see, that's a lot of induced English there when you stun it like that. And he didn't play for enough. You can actually have a ball that's sitting near the rail that you back cut off the end rail. That's how much induced English you can put. Like you can't bank the ball because the corner pocket's in the way. You have to cut it past the corner pocket. You can actually make that shot.
Well, I'm surprised nobody noticed, but I've just noticed I haven't changed the title for this match. I've still got the Matt Poolk about our snooker match from last night as the title of the stream.
Oops.
Mind you, you'd have thought if people had saw that with snooker, they would have came in.
That was well played there.
Yeah.
And now he's probably going to shoot at the 3-ball. The 3-ball's a shot I'd shoot at. Is he going to be long? Oh, he's not long. He finally got one.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Cue ball, Steve.
Except for this part.
Oh, dear.
He finally made that shot, but...
Oh, would you believe it?
God,
I think it's 7 or 8 goes there, and then when you get success, disaster befalls him in the cue ball.
Larry's shooting a 4-ball. Oh, no, he's not. He's playing a 2-railer on the 8-ball. Yeah, I don't like this shot. I'd rather shoot at the 4 myself. I think it's safer.
Oh, this is a nice line. It's going to go at the knuckle, though. Yeah, just going at the rail.
Well, that was actually pretty safe.
Not much to be made.
If that's what Larry was planning, that was pretty safe there. Yeah, he can just stop shot, hit this 1 ball and stop the cue ball right there.
He's going 3 rails. He's not hit it though. But cue balls.
Yeah, well, the cue ball's good. And
stuck to the 5.
Larry doesn't have any choice. Larry's going to give up a shot here probably on something. I think it's going to be hard not to give up a shot. Maybe if he can put the cue ball on the 8. Oh, he shot at that.
Yeah, he'd have go at the stub shot. Try to cut it across.
Here we go. He's giving up a shot on the 3 or the 6 or both of them.
Oh, 5
3-ball.
Well. 5
3-ball, the 2-ball, the 5-ball. He's giving up, a lot of shots there.
Yeah, 1 as well.
3-ball I like. 1-ball, 1-ball he likes. This again is just firm. Stun it and hit it firm. See,
again.
That's because he drew the ball. All he had to do is stun it and hit it firm, and it was in. Drawing the ball is going to open that up, and that's why he missed it.
Now, of course, the other thing about that though is he drew back because he's obviously looking for the bank in the 3.
Yeah, but if you're going to draw back for that, then you have to compensate. And that particular angle, it was going to be hard to, because if he tried to compensate, then the cue ball's in the way. So, see, here's the thing: is he could have just stopped the ball there and shot the 3 from the other side.
Yeah, and cut it.
Yeah. So, you got to play what the table's giving you. You can't try to make something that's not there.
Oh, that was nice. Now, reverse cut on the 6.
Yeah, I think that's on. It's tight, but I think it'll go.
It's lovely.
Yep.
And Matt's away again. He's on the hill. He had a reverse bank in the 3 as well for the rack. This is all over.
Yeah, I think he'll probably make this. And the cue ball is going to run where it's going to be safe.
And it goes, and he's 5-3 up. That was quick.
Well, we've seen Matt play a couple very quick racks. Remember earlier he played a very quick rack.
Just rattle through it.
I think Matt's close to being really good at this game. If he could just get a little better feel for some of the induced throw, I think he's going to be, he's going to be tough. Alvin says he's been short on every 3-railer. And, it's I think it's just learning those angles. It's also learning how to use English to help open that three-railer up.
Now, this could be a quick... Oh, he's got the double kiss. I was about to say it could be a quick response from Larry had he got that bank there, but look at where he's left the cue ball. He could have probably had the 2.
Well, I like banking this 9 and playing shape for the 1. It's stun this to the end rail and back out. I'd be doing that every day of the week here. I think it's natural. You're going to cut this 9 ball to the left a little. You stun it and let the cue ball just come off the end rail for the 1. And it doesn't look like he's opening it up enough. See, I could see it. He's going to miss that because that ball is going to come up short when you hit it like that with stun and you're cutting it to the left. You've got to cut it more than you think. I'm sitting right behind him watching where he's aiming thinking there's no way this is going in.
Well, so got the start. Well,
what the point I'm trying to make when I say that is that I can see it's not going in, so I know he's not on the right line because I've played enough banks that I know. So for somebody like Matt to get better, he's got to learn what it looks like, learn how much he has to cut that ball, and if he does, he's going to be really tough in this.
Cue ball. Oh dear, Larry. Well, I mean, there's there's at least probably 3 banks on here. If you can get up to that 8 ball at any time.
If you're confident here, you shoot the 7 and stop it, and then shoot the 2. That's what I would do here. Is I shoot the 7, long bank the 7, stop the cue ball, and just back cut the 2 in the side. And I think that's what he's going to do. Now, I probably wouldn't even try to pull this back. You could pull it back a little, but I don't think you need to.
No.
But you got to make the ball. And part of that may have been from trying to pull it back a little, because that draw is going to lengthen the shot up. And it's a subtle point, but he didn't miss that by much, but all it takes is a little bit. Now look at this. He got a little unlucky not coming up with something there. Well, you got to be real careful here. You don't want to leave a bank. I think he can skim off this 3, and I don't know. He's going to leave a bank on the 4 maybe. Let's see. Did he leave something? That's a tricky situation. He left a bank on the 4. That's the easiest shot. I mean, there may be some other ones. Let's see, does 8 bank?
That's tight past the 7.
I think the 8 ball will bank too, but it's tough. I'd bank the 4. Now the 4 ball is you could just hit that with draw. It's going to get a lot of induced English. You could even put a little bit of right English on to try to clear the 6. This ball's pretty easy to bank.
Oh, this is going in. That's dead weight. That's perfect.
Yeah, that shot, that's just all induced throw there.
Welcome to Hair Pig.
Oh, now see this 1 ball? On some tables, you can bank this 1 ball back into the corner pocket. I don't think you can on this table. It's a little bit too much angle, maybe. Might be able to. Now most people would look at that and go, no way, but yeah, you can get the ball to twist quite a bit.
Yeah, because it looks as if you're dicing with the corner of the pocket.
Yeah, well, you have to hit it outside the corner.
Yeah, good.
But you can get enough English on that ball to actually get it to come back and go in the pocket. You have to hit it the right way. It's kind of a stun. You got to hit it pretty firm, and at that angle, you'd have to use some English too. Okay, this is a good shot to shoot at here. And see how much induced English there was? Even with putting the right hand on it to counteract it, there was still too much induced. And he's giving up a pretty easy shot. Matt may play a shape here too.
Well, he was on the 3 up and down.
Yeah, well, Larry's going to benefit from this. I'll be surprised if Larry doesn't make it the 3. Yeah, it's a little tight with the 9 ball there. I think it goes, though.
No, you're right. Sent it into the
Yeah.
rotation.
He just had to get it into the other side of the pocket. And I'm banking this 8 ball every day of the week. This is a pretty easy shot. And, well, now he's got not such an easy shot. He could 2-rail the 1 ball.
Cross the 3.
He could cross the 3.
That's what he's looking at.
Yeah, I don't see it. The problem trying to hit it that way, you need to hit that thicker and then put left English on it to hold it. That way you can get more speed on the ball.
Well, if he had that little bit more speed on that, even though that went to the rail, I think it would have still cheated the pocket and gone in. Just needed another half bounce on it.
It probably would. See, this 1 ball 2 rail is tricky from this angle. I think it will go, but it's tricky.
He's going around the corner and down 2 rails, bottom right-hand corner pocket as we look.
Yeah, and he's hitting this with inside.
Oh no,
he's just playing safe.
He's ducking.
Yeah, not a great duck job. This 1 ball is not that hard a shot. Now you've got to overcut this because it's going to come up short like that. So you tried to hit it easy, and hitting it easy, that helps getting a little lengthened out, but it was so close to the rail that, you really need to just cut it more.
Well, Larry's on 2, Matt's on 2, up and down with a 7, but he hasn't got it.
Yeah, but he's protected the cue ball well.
Now, that 1 will go up and down past those line of balls, won't it, into the right-hand corner?
I think it will. It's tight, but I believe it will. What's he doing here?
I think that's what he's doing. Or are you, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Oh, that was way offline.
And that little bouncy noise again there with that
shot. But he's protected the cue ball well. So, the problem with shooting a 7 ball is that you're going to give up a shot on the 3 or 9. The 2 railer doesn't go because the 7's in the way, because otherwise you could 2 rail that 1 ball.
He's going 3.
Yeah, I think that's a wise move, because he can protect the cue ball this way. Well, not letting the cue ball go forward, he can't.
Oh dear.
Well, that's a gift. Now again, if you're not used to this visual, it can be a little bit disturbing having the other ball there. This does go. And consistently seeing people hit that shot long when they're together like that and they're pretty straight on it. Larry's going to shoot the 3 ball straight back, and
oh, goodness.
That was just, that was just all, because he's cutting across it. You cut it more or put a little left on it.
Well,
and
this
is
a cinch.
This is like 100%er. And he's I think he'll bank the 9 ball backup table here. And again on this one, you want to use English, left English. What's he doing? He's going the other way. Now that's a hard shot. See, there's too much induced throw there. He should have shot that 9 ball back up in the corner. And this ball goes. This is actually not that hard to bank. This shot right here, this ball goes.
Now, how do you get the cue ball out of the way?
English?
Like that?
Yeah.
Like that.
A 1 pocket player is making that shot like every time. I mean, that was sitting at a perfect angle for that. So Hairpig's here. Hey, Hairpig.
3 apiece.
And we're going to do a little dinky dink here.
Well,
gotta be a little careful here. You're going to give up a 2 railer on a 7.
Larry was 4-1 behind in this match. He's got
and he
back to
did.
5-3, and he could be 3 behind again.
That wasn't a good shot. He just gave up a 2-railer here.
Tell a lie, I'm forgetting it's a race to 6. I've totally forgotten it was a race to 6.
Tendency would be to hit this short, and he hit it long. Well, that was the right shot to shoot at. He left things kind of funny. He actually came out pretty good here. This 3-ball, this is a tough shot if you can try to bank this one rail.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It'll go, but not like that. I'm not sure what he was thinking there. It was
so far off it. Well, I presume it had to be up and down because he didn't call a pocket. He wasn't doing anything acrobatic, but it ended up looking like that.
Now, I think you can shorten the 7-ball up enough to bank this on the side. You know, it's going to shorten up a lot. It's right against the rail. I think the 7-ball banks. But you got to stun it. What's he doing? Oh, he's banking it down on the corner. See how much that shortened up? That when the ball's on the rail like that, it's going to come off real short. Well, the shot here is probably banking the 7 up in the corner. That's a reasonable shot to shoot at here. And you can protect the cue ball. You can bring it up table. And that's what he's done.
Well, Larry's on the brink here. And he's given up the 7-ball.
Yep, and
it could be all over.
That's a duck there. If he hits this right, he'll get shaped to bank the 3 back up in the corner.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is he going to get funny? No, he's funny. All right, this shot does go. This is a lot of left English and top, and you got to hit this 3-ball almost straight into the end rail.
So match ball.
He's going to try to draw this or something. You can also cross corner bank this. You know, that's a tricky shot too.
Yeah, he's got the left English on it.
You got to hit this almost straight into the rail. The mistake people make is they don't hit it enough. And see, he didn't hit it straight enough into the rail. That's the typical mistake there.
Well, the next mistake Larry makes. Well, the 6-ball's going nowhere, so I mean, he needs that 6-ball, obviously, but...
Well, he can either shoot the 2-railer on this 3-ball or back cut it into the side. Either way, he's going to back cut it, and he overcooked it. Watch out on the cue ball. And he's giving up a duck here. Now, as long as Matt can figure out the induced throw and not overcook this, he's consistently been long on this shot, but, you know, this is not a hard bank shot.
Match ball.
You just don't want to hit this long. That's a tendency here.
It's gone short.
Well, and he's short. And you know what, though? That's okay, because after seeing him hit like 8 in a row long, you know, he made the adjustment, and now he can kind of go back the other way. I mean, it was good to see him miss one like that, because he must have missed 8 in a row long on that kind of shot. Well, now, I don't know about that play. This ball, well, it's no gimme, but it definitely banks.
Yeah, it needs to go clean.
No, I wouldn't shoot. I shoot in the other corner.
What, the other one?
I wouldn't shoot.
Cut across.
Yeah, and then you leave the cue ball right down on the end rail. You just hit this kind of pocket speed, let the cue ball go forward, and try to pocket speed the 3-ball. If it doesn't go in, it's right by the pocket. And he's got nothing. I mean, this is a free shot.
Well, again, for the match.
Well, you hit it too.
Oh, that's
you don't
beautiful.
want to hit it at that speed.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, he made it, but you don't want to hit it that speed, because that's how you give up the game.
Well, again, that's a surprise to me how good Matt was.
Yeah, Matt was very good. They actually both played very well.
Yeah, I thought this game was made for Larry, but you know, Matt's well deserved his 6-3 win. I mean, that match was 2 hours and sort of 7 minutes. That
was the right way to play banks. I mean, both those guys have some room for improvement, but both those guys bank pretty good, and they both, you know, are trying to play a strategy where they're not giving stuff up. I mean, they're both doing the right things. I mean, I think I think both of those guys are going to do well in this tournament.
So
I mean, they're only going to get better.
We'll get confirmation. So the round 3 match is Albinario and MC Clarkey. We've got Cobra against LS3. We've got Stubb against One Pocket Slim. Everyone's a great match.
Yeah.
And we've already got Bedhead through waiting on the winner of that match between Stubb and One Pocket Slim.
We've got a fantastic looking winners bracket right now. It's gonna be LS3. She was already banking good, and she went and bought Beard's book. So watch out for her. I mean, I'm sure she'll learn something from that.
Let's look at the schedule. We've got Tam.
Matt, you're saying that's the first time you've ever played banks? How'd you learn to bank like that then?
You're a liar.
I mean, he's got to be. Well, he might have played banks in real life. I mean, he's from the UK, but they do have pool tables there.
Look at Stubbs' big brother talking in the chat there, Steve. Prepare to die. Albinario's having a dig.
You know, Alvin's going to bring it. So Matt better be ready. You better go back and watch that video and kind of tune up your game, Matt, because Alvin will bring it.
Right. So
missiles arm.
We've got Tam against Bankster at the weekend at 7 p.m. on the one loss side. We've got this match that I doubt will go ahead between Repetition and April Le Crosseur. He sounds French to me, but I've never seen him in a tournament. I've never seen him in a lobby. It's supposed to be going off on Friday at 6 p.m. But
he forfeited his last match, I think, didn't he?
This is one of these new guys that signs up and probably doesn't know what they're doing, and I'm not sure. But anyway, well, I enjoyed that.
Oh, that was a great match.
Yeah.
That was the most enjoyable match we've had because guys were playing the right way.
Yeah, I enjoyed the Cerro Bedhead match as well, and certainly enjoyed that one.
I missed that.
I enjoyed your company, Steve. Thank God you were here because, and hopefully Matt goes and watches the video and listens, and then he can get a bit of practice and try doing what you're talking about, to see if he can, nail more of those.
Matt's got a good baseline. I mean, he played a lot of good shots. He's got a good baseline, and he just, he needs to practice certain shots and get a better feel for him. But I think he's got a pretty good chance against Albin. Albin better be ready.
Yeah, and I hope they're all ready in Friday night 9-ball because I'm coming.
Oh God, I might have to come out and watch some of that.
I won't be there long, but I'm in it.
Well, I may miss you then because I've got white ball till about I probably won't be back till about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So.
Oh no, I'll be in bed by that time. I'll be long gone. I'll have been sent packing by Spectre Dawn as soon as she gets a hold of me. But I'll be getting a decent wee handicap, I would think. I hope. I pray. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it, guys. Them that did watch it and appreciated a good match. Well done to Matt. Good luck to Larry. I mean, Larry's still going to battle on. You know what Larry's like. He ain't going to give up. He's going to hang into the bitter end. But there's some great matches coming up in this tournament. I'm looking forward to them. So I'm going to bid you all good night. I'm going for a quick coffee, and then I'm heading to bed, back to work tomorrow. And we'll see you again. Take care, Steve.
Good night, guys.
See you later, chaps.
You're some kind of butterfly.